Hey, so I'm making this video to show a new coach or an experienced coach how to do a business opportunity presentation to somebody that they've met either through Facebook or Instagram or however, maybe in person, in a group, whatever, it doesn't matter. And so normally what I would do is I have a lot of people that add me through Instagram, and they come, like they add me specifically to talk to me about the business opportunity because I post about the business opportunity on my Instagram page about once a week. I also post on my Facebook page and usually get people through, get people into the 5-day sneak peek. So this could be somebody that's already seen a 5-day sneak peek or somebody that has never been in one before, and I'm just talking to them for the first time. So usually how I respond, say for example, I have a new friend request, or I've requested someone from Instagram, or they requested me. I simply say, I accept their friend requests, and I leave all friend requests up so I know who my new friends are. So I make sure that I reach out to every single one of them so that I don't miss anybody that has added me or that I've added, so that, I have a dialogue going with them. Because if they're just friend requests and they're not going anywhere, then what's the point of having them? You can't just expect them to see you posting about the business and ask you about it. You want to start like a conversation with them to actually get that dialogue going. So I would simply say, hi, how are you? Thanks for the ad. Did you find me on Instagram, or did you find me on Pinterest, or did you find me on my blog? However I would say it. And then I would say, are you a fellow fitness enthusiast or entrepreneur? I look forward to connecting with you. Marissa. Simple. I keep it very simple. I ask like 1 question, 2 questions, because what I've done by asking those 2 questions is I've already sorted them into which category they're going to go in for me. So either fitness and weight loss, challenge group, or business opportunity. A lot of times people are like, well, I saw your story. I'm a nurse too. I saw that you're a nurse anesthetist. I'm interested in hearing about the business opportunity. So then what I would say is, oh, how do you like your job? I might ask them a few questions about their work, and then or maybe I'll just say right away, oh, cool, well, let's set up a time to talk about that. Do you want to set up a time to talk about that on the phone? And usually they'll say yes. So then I send them, I have a link. I created a link in Acuity Scheduler so that I set up my times every day from 11:30 to 1:30. I do appointments, like whether it's a one-on-one coach call with a new coach, or with like a downline coach, or with a prospect. So I have them go to my link, schedule their appointment. So usually it takes 45 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes to an hour, depending on like how much I've learned about them before we get on the call and how the conversation is going. And so then I'll have them schedule that appointment. So I'll get their email address and their phone number and a link. I'll get an email in my inbox saying, so-and-so has scheduled an appointment with you. It'll have their email address, their phone number. And I try, if I remember, to text them that morning or Facebook them that morning and say, it's Marissa, the online health and fitness coach. Are we still good for our appointment at 11:30 or whatever? Because I want to remind them that they made that appointment, because sometimes they'll forget or whatever, and they schedule something and they didn't put it in their calendar. I do find that the people that using that scheduler, it does give a little bit more of a commitment from them, because they're actually scheduling an appointment. So it's like, okay, they understand the value of the time, that you're setting aside time to talk to them, and you're actually creating an appointment for them, and that they're a priority, and then they should make you a priority. So let's pretend that, you and I had chatted or whatever, through Facebook Messenger, and then you set your appointment. So we're just getting on the phone. So I'm like, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Good. What's going on today?
Nothing. Today's a family day for me, so just got up, worked out with my husband, and probably gonna go somewhere with the kids a little bit later.
Cool. Where are you gonna go with the kids?
We're gonna run some errands. Just typical stuff. Monday we go grocery shopping, or just Target. Just little things, but we do it as a family.
Nice. Do your kids enjoy that? How is that taking the kids along?
They love it.
Okay.
A lot of fun. It's fun. They like getting out, so it's fun.
How old are your kids?
They are 5.5, 4, and then I have a 15-month-old.
Oh wow.
They're
cool.
all.
And which one's the biggest handful?
She is stubborn, and you don't know what's going to set her off. So she's a handful, but she's cute. which is probably why she's so cute.
She's a handful. She had what? I missed what you said there.
Cute. She's our
Oh,
cute.
before that, you said she's a problem because she has an attitude or something? No, you
Like correct her, she immediately will just like go from like 0 to like crazy, and she's reactive.
Okay, got you. Reactive. Okay, cool. I had, I was dating this guy, and I was a stepmom for a while, for a girl that she's actually going to be 8 this year, but I actually got to, spend a lot of time with her. So from like the time that she was 2 until she was 7. So it was pretty fun and very challenging at the same time. So I can definitely relate to that. She was a pistol. She was like, she wanted to do everything like by herself and be independent, but then yet like too, if she didn't get her way, like if you said no, it was like, like big time, like, she's throwing a fit. So I can relate to that. Cool. So what kind of work do you do right now?
Now I work part-time. I do some orientations on some equipment for people at a job, and just hours, basically just to get out of the house. I'm a full-time, stay-at-home kind of. Like my husband and I work it out. So when I'm at work, he's home, and then when he's at work, I'm home, and he has really long hours. So for the most part, I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Okay. How many hours a week are you working at that job?
About 15.
Okay. And how do you like what you're doing now? What is it exactly that you're doing? You're showing people how to use equipment?
Yeah, I like it. I work at a gym as a fitness tech, and so I just basically show them how to use the equipment so they know how to properly use it. It's nice. I mean, I like it. I like getting out, but I don't know. I mean, I'd rather be at home.
Yeah. So it's not like your dream job right now.
No, because it's kind of like a dead end job. So in all honesty, like the place that I work, I love my coworkers. I really do. But we always joke that there's nowhere to go. I mean, if my boss quit, we don't want his job, honestly, because he's so micromanaged that it's ridiculous. So, I mean, and there's nowhere else to go but his job. So it's like either he quits or we just stay stagnant, which is fine. It works for me because it gets me out of the house. But yeah, it's not like a job that it's like I'm going to get a promotion anytime soon.
Okay. How long have you been at that job?
About 4 years.
Okay. Did you do anything before that?
I mean, I've been in the same field the whole time, so it's like I've kind of had the same job. I was a manager for a while, but our company lost they lost the contract. So I've kind of been in this type of job for a long time, and it's worked. It works for us. So
Okay. So, and then what kind of work does your husband do? You said he works a lot of hours.
he is a sales manager, which is retail. So he works like Wednesday through Sunday, like all day, like 12-hour days.
Wow. Okay. And then your hours are the days that he's off, you work those 15 hours.
Overlap on Sunday. So like I get up crazy early at like 5 a.m. and then we overlap for 2 hours. He brings me the kids because I do have daycare at my work. So it's like I work the morning, he's working the, afternoon. So yeah, we're like 2 shifts passing. And then Tuesdays he's home all day, but I work. So yeah.
Okay. So that's great. That's great that they have that childcare for you, so you don't have to, find anyone to take care of the kids at that time. That's awesome. And what do you like the most about your job right now?
I do love my coworkers. It's fun. Because I'm stay at home and my husband's always gone, I like interacting with people. So, I like the coworker aspect, they're fun. We have the same interest and we're all relatively within the same age frame, like give or take like 5 to 7 years. So it's fun. I like interacting with them.
Great. Cool. So you like the interaction the most. Is there something that you really dislike about your job, or is there anything that you are unhappy with?
Sometimes first that I don't know, they just sometimes give you attitude and I don't appreciate that. Or sometimes when I'm trying to be helpful, they can turn it around on me. So yeah, sometimes the members that I'm dealing with, but Other than the drive, I hate that. It's a long commute. So I have a 35-minute drive, which I really hate that. Especially with gas prices, like that's the last thing I want to do is waste it going out to my work. So I'm like spending money to go to work. So I definitely hate that.
Right. That makes sense. So you're kind of like, you're almost losing money because you're driving, and then by the time you pay for gas and everything, you're not really bringing anything home.
Yeah.
What kind of things do you like to do for fun besides, your kids, your work and?
We're a boating family, so I love to go boating. That's our summer hobby. We have a lake house, so we go to our lake house at least once a month, and we're trying to make more time for that. But we're wakeboarders, so that's a huge thing. I love taking my kids to the pool. We have a pool in our neighborhood, so I like being outside. I'm like a sun goddess. I like being outside. I like being in the water. So that's kind of like my passion.
So you said you go there once a month. Is that how do you get to do boating and stuff? Do you do that often, or just once a month is like when you do your trips and you get time to have fun with your family?
Month, because with my job, like my husband's always off Mondays and Tuesdays, but Tuesdays is one of my work days. So, we try and go like Sunday nights when he gets off work, and then we have all day Monday. So it's a lot to do because it's a 4-hour drive, well, about 3.5-hour drive, but to only have a day to do it because I got to go back to work. It's not something that we want to do like every weekend, but we would like to. But with my work schedule, it's just like, we don't want to do that long drive every weekend for like one day.
All right. That makes sense. Okay. And you don't get really a lot of vacation time at your job, or?
Well, I only work 2 days a week, so
you don't really get, okay.
I
So
mean,
it's kind of because of the jobs that you can't really do it more often than.
Well, it's more because of how my husband and I work, where it's like, I'm working when he's home, so I don't work that much. But, if I'm working when he's home, then we can't go on vacations. And then it's like off every like Tuesday when that's half of what I work.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. And then do you go boating at all, like during the week, or, do you ever do the boating, or is it only specifically when you go on those trips as you do the boating?
Well, our boat stays at the lake house. So yeah.
Okay. So you don't have it. Got you. You don't have it at the house. So it's only when okay. I understand. Cool. Well, I know that we had kind of talked about, you potentially being interested in this business opportunity that, I'm going to present you with. And a little bit about me, since you probably don't know all of my story, is how I got started was I actually used to be a nurse, and I was a nurse for, 5 years. And then I decided to go back to school for anesthesia. And I thought that basically I was like, I love the freedom and flexibility of doing travel nursing. I only worked 3 days a week, and I had 4 days off, and I had all that time to be able to do whatever I wanted. And then I thought if I did anesthesia, I'd make more money. The patients would be just coming in for surgery. You're not really taking care of such sick people. They're coming in for surgery, they do their surgery, they get better, they go home, so it's kind of like, I thought it would be good as far as the patient population and not being so stressful, as far as like working with sick people all the time. And also I thought that I'd have more freedom and flexibility because I could even reduce my hours and work part-time and then, make the same amount as I was making as a nurse and be able to just, have more freedom and flexibility to travel and do things that I love to do. But what I realized is as a nurse anesthetist, you actually are less flexible because you have call shifts and you're there more. You don't work those 3 shifts and then have 4 days off. You're working a lot more, and then you take calls on the weekend and stuff like that. And I also found out that it's really stressful. It's a very high stress environment. So, you're working with patients and it's, it's life or death. I mean, if, it's 90% boredom because most of the time nothing's going on. But then once in a while when something happens, it's like, somebody's life is in your hands. So I realized that it was very stressful. It was energetically draining on me. And I was coming home and I was really tired all the time. And I was living for my weekends. And then on the weekends, I felt like, so drained. All I could do was sleep because I knew I had to go back to work, during the week. And at the time I was in a relationship. I had my stepdaughter, I had my dog, I had all these other responsibilities, and I was just exhausted. And so kind of backtrack a little bit. And I graduated from my anesthesia program in 2010, December of 2010, and I had gained like about 25 pounds, I wasn't really taking care of myself. I wasn't really eating well. I wasn't really working out. I was focused on, getting through anesthesia school. And So when I graduated, my coach had introduced me to the Insanity program. Have you heard of Insanity?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Have you ever done any Beachbody programs?
I haven't. No.
Okay.
I like to run, kind of run.
Okay, cool. So I started using that program. Well, I had already bought it when I was in anesthesia school, but I just never really focused on it because I was, focusing on my studies. And then when I graduated, I was like, okay, I'm up for this challenge. I'm going to do this 60-day challenge. I'm going to take it on full force. I'm going to get results, whatever. So I actually lost the 25 pounds over the last 2 to 4 months. I actually landed myself on the infomercial for my results because they, were so incredible and, such a change. There was such a difference. And so obviously people at work started noticing, I'm wearing scrubs in the operating room, but people started asking me what are you doing? How are you losing weight? They noticed. And I started sharing Insanity with them. I didn't really understand coaching at the time. So I just sent them to beachbody.com to order the program. And I didn't really know that there was my coach had kind of talked to me about coaching, but I was just no, I don't really think I want to do that. I love the program, but I'll just send people whatever to the website. And then she invited me to an event where Shaun T was actually going to be live working out in Fort Lauderdale. And I got to go and work out with him. And there was 100 other Beachbody coaches there. And everybody went up on, a bunch of people went up on stage and were sharing their stories. And I got to talk to several people. And I really saw that this was a community of people that wanting to have a positive impact in other people's lives. And it was more than just, they're buying this program, but this coaching network was something that just seemed really intriguing to me. So I set up an appointment with my coach to talk about it further. And she convinced me to sign up to be a coach. So I signed up shortly after that. And then actually my journey is for the first 6 months, I really didn't know what I was doing. And I kind of wasn't really good at the opportunity. So I failed and I was actually almost ready to give up. But then I went to another live event where the CEO of the company was talking and they did this thing where they had everybody stand up, if you've lost over 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 pounds. And when they said people stay standing if you've lost over 80 pounds and there was 3 or 4 people standing in the room, I was just looking around and I just started crying. I was oh my gosh, this is so incredible. These people's lives are really being changed. This is something more than just, buying a program. It's these lives are really being changed here. And this is something so much bigger than me. So I committed at that point to learning everything that I could about the business. And, my coach actually signed me up and shortly after she got pregnant with her first child. And so her priorities changed and Beachbody just wasn't really a priority for her anymore. So, I was kind of left to kind of figure it out on my own. So I kind of just went back to school. I just researched everything. I picked other leaders' brains and I took everything, that I could from anybody and I just taught myself this business. And after 2 years of working the business, I started making a pretty significant income. So I decided to go part-time in anesthesia. And then after 3 years of doing full-time coaching, I replaced what I made as a nurse anesthetist. So I was able to quit my job completely. And I hadn't done anesthesia since July, but then I just started doing it actually once a week just because the way licensure works with nurse anesthetists is you have to have a certain amount of hours every couple of years in order to renew your license. And I didn't want to not be able to renew. So I am doing it once a week, but not because I need to, but just rather because I want to have that as a backup plan. Just keep my skills up. So that's pretty much my story. And now there's a team. We have teams of hundreds of coaches, and I've supported a lot of other people in building businesses from home. And, friends from nursing school have basically replaced their salary as a nurse. And I have other friends that have quit their corporate jobs that I've helped them with. So this is an opportunity for you to be able to, how you said, you don't have to drive back and forth to work. I mean, you could, replace what you made and you still have that interaction with people that you really liked about your job because you'd be interacting with people, but it would be, through the internet and face-to-face and voice-to-voice over the phone. And you'd actually be able to reach a lot more people that way because you're not restricted by just your geographic location. So there's actually a short video that Beachbody made. It tells you a little bit more about what we do as coaches. It kind of just a really direct and to the point video. It's about 7.5 minutes long. Are you in front of a computer right now? Do you have a few minutes to watch that video? Okay, great. So I'm going to send that to you. I'll send you the link. And then when you're done watching the video, just go ahead and give me a call back and we'll go over whatever questions you have about the video. Okay? All right, sweet. Bye. All right. So we're back on the phone. Ring, ring.
Hello?
You watched the video, you called me up.
All right, so I watched the video and I'm back.
What did you like the most about it?
I like the idea of helping people. I mean, I've always been into fitness myself. I've always been a runner and I like it. I like what it's done for me, how it makes me feel. So I would love to, help other people. I would love to make some money. It kind of sucks. Like, I mean, my boss has been flexible so far and it's great, but I'm at a point now where it's like, yeah, it's flexible and I'm only working 15 hours a week, but at the same time, I still don't have a lot of family time. Sometimes my husband, if it's a holiday week, he has to work on his off days and it totally screws us. And like, sometimes we don't even have a family day. So that's like a huge thing for me is family time. And I feel like, if I can replace my 15 hours a week, then I would have a lot of family time. And that's intriguing to me.
Great. Cool. So it's about the freedom and flexibility, really, so that you can have more time with your family. That's your favorite part. Yeah. And how much time realistically, I know you have a family, you have 3 kids, a husband, you have a job. How much time, like realistically, do you think you could give to a new business right now on an average, like weekly?
I could be putting in at least an hour a day for sure.
Okay, great. So like 7 hours a week?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, cool. I usually tell people, like 7 to 10 hours a week to start is a good start because this is obviously something that we're doing part-time. So you can build a, significant business just doing, as long as you're productive in that time and doing the activities that we teach you to do that are going to get you in front of people and talking to the most people that you can. And what kind of an income do you want to generate, putting in those kind of hours? Like, I know you said you want to replace what you're making now. So, how much would that be? What would you need to make every month in order to be able to leave your job?
Right now, because I recently dropped in hours. So right now I probably pull in, I don't know, it's like 200 to 300, I think, every couple weeks. Like, it's not much. But, my husband, he would actually like for me to bring in more, obviously. Like, he's got a high stress job and then, he's allowed me to kind of back off on my hours, which adds to his stress. So it would take stress off of him if I can bring in more. Like, he's okay with me just bringing in a couple $100 a week, but it would be less stress on him if I can do more than that.
So you're saying you need to make like about $400 or $500 a month to be able to replace, what you made at your current job?
Probably, I'd feel more comfortable like between like 400 to 600. Yeah.
Okay. So 400 to 600. So 7 hours a week, $400 to $600 a month. How long would you be willing to put in those 7 hours a week in order to generate that kind of an income? Because, it might be maybe not the first month you're going to be able to generate that kind of income, but after that, how long would you be willing to put in that time in order to generate the $400 to $600 a month?
As long as I'm seeing like progress, I don't feel like I have a time limit. As long as I, feel like it's working, I don't care how slow it is, but as long as I see it working, then, I'm fine, continuing on and pushing forward. I don't see like an end date. As long as I'm seeing progress, I'm in it.
If you kind of struggled in the beginning and you noticed that, it became really hard, because this is a business where, there may be in the beginning, you might talk to a lot of people and they're just not ready for what you're offering, but it doesn't have anything to do with you. It's just that they're not ready in that moment. And you just have to talk to other people that are ready. Would you still be willing to put in that time, even though, you're seeing people that aren't, really ready at that moment? Because in the beginning, you may hear a lot of people saying no, and it just means it's a no for right now. It doesn't mean it's a no forever.
I think I would do it, like, because what do I have to lose? So okay. I would give it a shot. As long as I don't have to go over that hour and I can just do it within the hour in the beginning, I think I would stick with it for a while.
Okay. Like a few months or something, at least?
I give it at least like 2 to 3 months for sure.
Okay. Well, if I could show you a way that you could earn an extra $400 to $600 a month by putting in 7 hours a week over the next 3 to 4 months, would you be willing to get started with me right now?
Yeah, my only concern is, you know, I've told you my husband has like long hours, and, you know, I've been approached by like, not that it's the same business, but like Arbonne, Juice Plus and stuff like that. Like, I don't have the availability to do a party or go meet people or get out of the house. I got 3 kids and my husband works weekends. So like, that's not happening. And that's a big concern of mine.
Okay, well, in this business, you know, a lot of it, you don't necessarily have to go out and do parties. You can definitely, most of my business is like 90% of it is done through social media, like Facebook, Instagram. So I meet people that way, and that's generally how I, you know, find the people that go into my challenge groups or about the coaching opportunity, or it's people that I already knew from before, or when I'm out and about, I talk to people. It's more about building relationships with people and finding their needs, you know, and really helping them get results. So it's not, you don't have to like throw home parties or anything. There's lots of successful coaches that never, you know, threw any home parties. I personally don't even throw home parties. So that definitely doesn't need to be a concern.
Okay. My only other concern then is like, how much is it going to cost me to start it up? Because I know my husband.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a good question. There are 3 different ways to get started as a coach. Essentially, the top option with the highest potential for you to have the greatest potential for you to have the success in the beginning is for you to get what we call a challenge pack. A challenge pack actually comes with a full DVD home workout program, so it could be like Insanity, P90X, 21-Day Fix, whatever it is that we choose is right for you. A month's supply of Shakeology, which is our meal replacement shake that's made with 70 whole food ingredients. They're all like, it's got several superfoods and they're all from the earth. It's all natural. It's fruits and vegetables and grains, but it's a meal replacement shake. And essentially what Shakeology does is it helps to fuel your body with the proper nutrition, making you feel fuller longer, and gives you energy, curbs your cravings. It doesn't have anything not unnatural in it that like causes you to have, you know, less hunger pains or whatever. It's actually because, for example, if you're going to, you know, you work around fitness equipment. So if you go to McDonald's and you order a cheeseburger and you eat it, you're going to be hungry like an hour later because the nutritional value of that cheeseburger is really low. I mean, it doesn't have much nutritional value. Your body is not getting many nutrients from it. But in Shakeology, because it's so highly nutrient dense, when you drink it, your body is fueled with the proper nutrition. So you feel full for like 3 to 4 hours. You know, you have energy throughout the day, and you actually curb your cravings later on in the day. So it, you know, it leads to weight loss, energy, like all those things that I said. And then, so that option is, those range from like $140 to like $350, but most of them are around, you know, $160, $200 area. And I usually recommend, if you haven't done a Beachbody workout program before and you are going to get started, I would recommend the 21-Day Fix program, because it focuses on nutrition, which is like 80% of the battle. So if we can get somebody's nutrition down, you know, we're winning like 80% of, you know, helping them reach their goals, like 80% of it, you know, because only like 20% of it is fitness. You can't really work off a bad diet in the kitchen, you know? I mean, you can't work off a bad diet with workouts, you know, you have to have a good nutrition. So as you know, because you work around those types of equipment. So not only is it going to be the way to get you the best results with the program, because you're going to want to, you know, be able to tell them from an authentic space what these programs are like and be able to share that with them. So you're going to want to be using it yourself, so that when people come to you, you can say, yeah, you know, I use it and here's the results that I'm getting. And the same thing with Shakeology is like being able to tell them, yes, I do use it and I'm getting tons of energy from it and all that. So the 21-Day Fix comes with a portion control meal plan. So it comes with these little containers that are color coded for food groups. And basically, like, for example, you figure out how many calories you're supposed to be consuming, and, you know, they're color coded. Like, the green ones are for vegetables, the yellow ones are for carbs, the red ones are for protein, and you figure out how many calories you're going to be consuming, and it tells you how many containers you get to eat every day. And then you get to spread those containers throughout the day, and just, you know, mix and match them at your different meals, and whatever you can fit in that container, you eat. So you get multiple, like I get 4 greens, I get 3 reds, I get 3 yellows, like I just eat them throughout the day. So you don't have to count calories. It just teaches you portion control and a lifestyle change, not a diet. It's a lifestyle change for life. So the reason I say that's the best program is because, you know, you're going to be able to get really good results, and then you're going to be able to support your clients and get really good results, especially if there's somebody that's never tried a program before. If you can get the nutrition down, you're winning 80% of the battle. So that one is $160 actually for that challenge pack. So then the second option is if you don't want to do the challenge pack, you can sign up with just Shakeology. If you say, I really don't want to do a program, I just want the Shakeology, but then you are going to have to pay, there's a $39.95 fee to sign up to be a coach. That fee is waived when you buy the challenge pack, but if you don't buy it, then you have to pay that fee. So it actually ends up coming out to be like it's $99 for Shakeology, so it comes out to $140. So you might as well just pay the $20 and, get the full workout program with the meal plan and the portion control containers and everything. So it's totally worth it to do that. The third option is that you sign up and you just pay the $39.95 fee and you just forgo all the options, all the products. I don't recommend this option only because I can actually speak from experience that this is the option that I chose. And you remember how I said that I failed for the first 6 months? A big part of it was I was in great shape. I was 25 pounds overweight, but I was never like heavy. Like I was just, thicker. So for me, I was like, I don't need to drink Shakeology. Like that's not, I'm in shape already. Like whatever, that's like for people, I don't need to lose weight. But what I didn't understand was that it's not just to lose weight. It's also for health. And so for the first 6 months, I was telling people, yeah, you need to drink Shakeology, but I wasn't drinking it. So how am I really going to share that from an authentic space and show them and be able to say from experience, like it does give me energy and all those things. So, so I recommend definitely at least getting the Shakeology. And after I started drinking the Shakeology, I decided, fine, I'll spend the $100, even though I think it's ridiculous. I'll get it. I'll do it every day for a month, and I'll see how it goes. And literally, and just that 1 month that I drank Shakeology every day, the following month, I made more in 1 month than I did in the first 6 months because I was actually able to share it from an authentic space and understand why it was so good for me. So all I need from you is to know which option you want, which program you want, which Shakeology flavor, and your email address, and I'll send you a link that will already be pre-filled out for you, and you can go ahead and get registered. So which?
I think I'm gonna go with the challenge pack because literally just this morning I had 2 bowls of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I snacked right after I had them, and I was like, why am I snacking? Like that's ridiculous. And so I think I want to try it because clearly, I'm a runner. I eat what I think is healthy, but I'm not doing something right. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do the 21-day fix.
Okay, cool. All right. I think I already actually have your email address in my inbox. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is after we get off the call, I'm going to go ahead and send you a link for you to register. Now, once you get that link, just let me know once you complete your registration so I can make sure that it all went through okay. And then from there, so to get you started in your training, I will send you, once you've signed up, I'm going to send you a welcome letter. That's just going to be a little bit, it's actually going to be like a lot of questions actually to get to know you more and what your goals are for this business. And then there'll be a few things that you need to print, and we're going to go over all of those in your first getting started call. So once you answer all those questions in that letter, go ahead and schedule that getting started call with me. And then on the getting started call, I'll go over all those documents that I sent you in the letter, and I'll just get to know more about you and what your goals are and how I can best support you in reaching those goals. And then our next training program will actually be starting we start one every Monday, the first Monday of every month. So it'll actually be starting April, whatever the date is, I don't even know right now, but the first Monday of April. So what I'll do is it's a 21-day training program. And what I took was all that information that I didn't get from my coach in the beginning because she wasn't really doing the business, and all the stuff that I researched and found, I put all that information into videos, and I made them into 15 videos. So the group is 21 days. I'm going to be posting videos Monday through Friday, and then Saturdays and Sundays you'll have off because that's the weekends. I want you to be able to do what you want, spend them with your family, or catch up on things that maybe you missed during the week. And then once a week, we're going to have a Zoom, which is a video conferencing that'll be about 45 minutes. Every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll get on that video conferencing, and it'll get a chance for you to be able to see your other teammates, interact with them, and you'll gather invaluable information in how to be successful in your business. So you'll just go through that training program, and that's going to teach you the basics of the business, like how to set up your websites, how to set up direct deposit, how to post on your Facebook, and how to talk to people once they respond to you, so you can learn everything that you need to know to be successful. I know that's a lot of information, but don't worry, I'm going to be with you every step of the way. And for the first several weeks that you're a coach, we'll be setting up weekly calls, so you'll be getting to come to me, with your questions and everything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and send you that link as soon as we get off the phone. And then when do you think you'll have a chance to fill that link out and register?
I mean, I can do it tonight, after my kids go to bed.
Okay, great. All right, so I'm going to send you that link. Just go ahead and message me once you've, completed it, and then I'll go ahead and send you the letter, and we'll start you on the process of leading to your success.
Oh, I'm excited.
Congratulations, and welcome to the team. All right, so bye. Okay, so I know that I probably give a lot of details in my call, and maybe somebody doesn't like to do it that way. This is what I found works for me. I usually recruit between 5 and 8 coaches a month. Do all of them end up being successful? No, because part of it depends on them, and I give them the information. I take them through a training program, but they don't necessarily. When the rubber meets the road and they really know that they have to put in that time, some of them aren't willing to put in that time. And then some of them, because you get a lot of no's right away, and maybe they're used to having that instant gratification, and they get a bunch of no's and they want to give up, and they're not willing to put in those months to have that income generated. So then they end up quitting. And I think that's been normal for me. I mean, I think it's normal for other coaches too. I hear about it, maybe not for everyone, but so I do want to tell them all that information, even though it's a lot. I'm setting the expectation for here's what's going to be next. Here's going to be your next steps, instead of just saying, okay, sign you up, and they have no idea what's coming after that. So I want to set the expectation for them before they even sign up of what are going to be their next steps as a coach, even if they don't even remember. At least I set that expectation, and I talked to them about what the process was going to look like. And it also gives me a little bit of authority. It looks like I actually know what I'm talking about when I say we have a training program. It's not just okay, you're going to sign up to be a coach, and then you're going to be on your way. We're going to be here working together every step of the way. So that's kind of why I do that. I don't know. That's it. I think that I covered it, right? Cool. Well, thank you for, being willing to be my guinea pig and help me make this call. I hope people enjoy it and get a lot out of it, and helps everybody, learn how to do business presentations. Just make it conversational. Try to bridge gaps, like how she said she had kids, and I talked about, my ex stepdaughter. It was because I was bridging a gap. I understood a little bit about what it meant to have kids around, and bridging gaps, talking about freedom and flexibility. That was what she was drawn to about the business as well. And then also, just make it conversational and friendly, and make it fun, and don't feel like you have to ask exactly these questions right in a row, but you want to learn about their family, occupation, recreation, what do they like to do for fun, and then you want to give them the message only after you've learned everything about them that you can, and then you start to go into the details after you've shown them the video and you've seen that they're already really interested in the opportunity. So that's pretty much it. I hope that everybody enjoys this and it helps you out a lot. Thanks, girl. Bye.